Hey guys, we got a Kahr Cm9 today. I want to do some reviews. I've seen mixed reviews on this gun. Some good, and I feel like they're nitpicky things that people have pointed out. And this is not the way that the gun will come out of the box, which just a few minor upgrades that I think are needed, in my personal opinion. But the gun is clear. All the way clear. Now, what I like about it is it's slim. It is extremely slim compared to other 9mm. I think the only thing slimmer that I've found is the Diamondback, and I am not a Diamondback fan in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't come with a nice Sig Sauer box or XDS box. It just comes with a regular cardboard box with some stuffing inside of it for your gun. The sights, I think they come into picture very, very well, and they're very easy to pick up. That's just my personal opinion. Out of the box, the grips seem, if you're not used to shooting a smaller gun, the grips seem very, very aggressive out of the box. So the Talon grips, I think they help it thicken it up just a little bit. Maybe it's in your head, but it still helps the feel of the gun tremendously, I think. The magazine, it'll come with one magazine. Something that drove me nuts is I have bigger hands, so maybe for a woman or a guy with smaller hands, it's not a big deal, but I don't like this right here, not having anything on your pinky. That drives me nuts. So I went ahead and picked up a couple of pinky extensions here. They just slide right on. Push that pin down, slide this one off, and slide this one right back on there. It's nothing to it. Mags are around $30 for this gun that I found, and they're readily available. This is what it'll look like with your pinky extension. I think it just fills it out very, very well. They do make a little bit of an extended mag, as extended as it can be in this small of a gun. But this comes 7 rounds. Of course, you can put one in the chamber and then sit it back. But I just don't care for the look. This is what I use in the house. So my wife has it, maybe an extra round. God forbid something would ever happen. But these are readily available and very easy to pick up. I highly recommend the pinky extensions. Just, I feel like they fill the gun out tremendously. Now the Crimson Trace, a lot of mixed reviews on this. I feel like it does absolutely spectacular. It takes absolutely no pressure to kick it on. Absolutely none. And a lot of guys, you know, you're going to want to hold the gun tighter anyway in a self-defense situation. You're going to be squeezing it. You're going to be holding on to it. So it is very easily turned on and very easily sighted in. It's got 2 spots to adjust, up and down, right to left. The other thing is the texture, as far as it comes to racking. Now I have seen a lot of people complain about the racking of this gun right out of the box, and I will admit it is different from an XDS or a Sig Sauer. It's going to be a little bit different feel. It's going to be a little bit harder to rack it. But what you get with that, the gun is so much smaller. You get this little bitty gun with a 9mm. So you have plenty of power for this little of a gun. But what this gives up with the little bit harder rack is absolutely nothing. It actually has a better recoil spring in it. Kahr does a very, very good job with the recoil springs and their setup in there. Very easy to take down once you get it broke in. Out of the box, you will have some issues. Whenever you line this up, you'll have some issues, just like everybody says on the other review videos, pushing this pin out. You'll have to use a pin or a screwdriver or something like that to push this button, to push this key out. But other than that, minute complaints people have, I feel like they're kind of nitpicky. You know, everybody's going to like their own gun, the Colt or the Ruger. Everybody's going to love their own gun or whatever they have to carry. And I just think this is you can pick this gun up for $350 to $400 out of the box, you know, without the Crimson Trace or the Talon grips, which you're talking $19.99 or $15.99 and $120 to $160, depends on where you buy it. The trigger is very, very smooth. A lot of guys pull the trigger in their videos. I'm not big on pulling the trigger. It's just not a good idea. Don't pull that trigger unless you intend for it to go off. If you like the gun, the way it feels, go to the range, ask to shoot one, take your buddies, shoot your buddies, see how smooth that trigger actually is for yourself. Now, what I choose to run is Federal Premium 124 grain for self-defense. You need to shoot your hollow points. Regardless of what people say, you just don't put it in your gun. It may not feed, it may not shoot right, it may not come out smooth, it may not eject. A lot of different things can come into it, and you don't want to find that out the first time you use it after you pull it. I shoot a State 115 grain just to practice and plink around, and they feed, and it eats it absolutely tremendously well. The box of these for 50 is, I believe, $13.99 here where we are, and they feed excellent. Absolutely no complaints whatsoever. Accuracy does not seem to be a major issue. Of course, you're not going to be shooting up to 500 yards with one anyway, so it's not really a big deal what you shoot. Just make sure you get comfortable with your gun. With as much stuff as going on, with clowns dressing up and all sorts of other crap going on, make sure you get used to your gun. Don't just put it in your pocket and assume it's going to shoot. Carry it legally, carry it like you're supposed to, follow the rules, don't make it bad for everybody else. One more thing to touch on, this does not have an ambidextrous mag release. It's just on the left side, which I feel I'm right-handed, so it's very simple for me to use a thumb on it, which is what I use traditionally anyway. So it's not a big deal, but that might be an issue for someone that's left-handed and likes that. There's a lot of, the Cm9 is a great gun, a little bit bigger in size, but I believe this is probably the best gun for the money that you're going to find in this size. I'm not talking other 9mm because we all know there's better 9mm. But as far as price range and size, you can fit this in your pocket rather easily and get away with it. It's not, you know, you can put your flat mag in and it's even smaller. So you're talking about an 1.5 inches at the most here with a pinky extension, and it's still very easily concealable. But just look into the Crimson Trace. I was never a believer in them until I purchased this gun, and it is absolutely fantastic. As easy as it comes on, I mean, it just takes nothing to turn that on. There's absolutely no pressure needed. It's just right there, and it helps the person that's not used to shooting, or, you know, not 100%, that doesn't shoot every weekend. It just kind of helps them out, you know, gets them on target a little easier, gets them in the fight, you know, a little bit faster than if not having it. You just have to pick it up and pick up the sights, which is, like I said, these sights are fantastic for the price that you pay for the gun. But, well, there we go. There's the Kahr Cm9, and I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.